Well, there's all types of convoluted parts to the story. You're aware of the NFL probe of Daniel Snyder, toxic workplace culture. You are aware of the secretive emails that wound up in the Washington Commanders front office sent from Gruden, who was at that point in time on ESPN, not the Raiders coach, on ESPN, to Bruce Allen, the then president. And they were longtime friends, having been linked together in the past with the Raiders. Then all of a sudden, all this stuff leaks out about Gruden's emails with racial overtones, condemnation of gays, all types of stuff. Gruden gets fired by the Raiders. Insinuation, the NFL tipped Mark Davis off. We know about this. This is going to wind up being public. You better take care of what's going on in your own house. Davis pushed back. Roger Goodell went back to him a second time and said, there are going to be some more emails that are going to wind up getting leaked. This stuff is out there. They dismissed Gruden. Gruden reached a settlement on his $10 million a year contract with Mark Davis. Gruden filed a huge lawsuit against Goodell, the NFL. And now the insinuations are that either Goodell leaked it because Goodell knew that Gruden had condemned him in emails, or that Daniel Snyder leaked it to help Goodell and to make Washington's toxic workplace probe calm down, or that DeMaurice Smith, the head of the union, who was racially slurred by Gruden in emails, he might have leaked it. This is really ugly. Evidently, somebody made an overture out of court, an out-of-court financial settlement. Gruden said, hell no, we're going to trial. And then Gruden made the statement, I will burn the NFL down. Now, this came after Daniel Snyder made the statement a year ago, I have so much dirt on everybody, from Goodell through these other owners, I'm going to take the NFL down. So, I mean, who leaked it? Did somebody retaliate? That's a burning question. I don't know that we're ever going to have an answer. ESPN wrote a 7,000-word story on their website on Wednesday. Very complex to read, but linked a lot of different data that I just explained to you in short form. I don't know where this is going, but this sure looks like it's going to court, and it sure looks like somebody's going to get burned by the time this thing is done.
Chucky is going to burn down the NFL, man. This is like a new horror movie that we can watch. Gruden is a freaking idiot for doing this, because you can try to, blame someone else for weaponizing the leaking of an email, but you first of all, you don't say that. We shouldn't even be thinking this kind of, racial slurs and anti-gay things. I mean, this is 2023 and we're not living in 1862, so it's ridiculous that he's thinking it and saying it, and more idiotic that he puts it in writing in an email. And so if the NFL or if the Players Association president DeMaurice Smith leaked it, or if Snyder or whoever leaked it, they're not the ones at fault. Gruden is the one that's going to have to bear this thing down. So if this is going to be a lawsuit, we'll find out what's in the contract. Does this violate the moral clause? Maybe it does, but I mean, as brilliant of a sportscaster that Gruden is, and you can say he's a good coach. Other people might detract on that, but this is just foolish. I mean, this is just idiotic.
I remember one of the first podcasts we did, and I thought everybody was going to cut the cord and turn us off. They were pro Gruden people.
Mm-hmm.
You and I talked about the man is so intelligent. He's done so many dynamic things and a great personality and so smart. Why would you do that? And what really bothered me, he wrote it. It had to be in his heart. And if it's in his heart, then he had to bloody believe it.
Yeah.
And that turned me off to Jon Gruden, period, exclamation point, end of conversation.
Yeah. I mean, this is just nuts. So, I kind of, as far as I was concerned, I had turned the page on Gruden. He was in my rear view mirror. And now he's popping back up in the front view. So let's see what happens.
That was not the only bad story in football this week.